Yo, what's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We're going to talk about it real quick, man. A little information and situations happening in the world. Like and subscribe. So today we're going to talk about Big Meech and his situation with 50 Cent. It looked like all this drama has come out since Big Meech didn't been home from prison. And you got a lot of haters coming out, 50 Cent being one of them. And he started off when the guy was in prison doing all this work with 50 Cent, little kid, young man. He trying to, make it. Hadn't really seen his father much. Obviously, he was in prison. So now 50 Cent finds the kid and does this process and program with him where he teaches the boy how to act, get him into acting classes and all this stuff. Helps the young man become a star in his own TV show, BMF, about his father's lifestyle when he was a younger man. Everything looks perfect, like it's a good scenario. So when Meech get home, he'll be able to reunite with his son. 50 Cent showed his son a little love. It was like this good classical story that was happening in the black race. And we was just kind of watching it all play out. Then Rick Ross popped up, and he went to go visit Meech. And in that little meeting, he actually had a conversation with Meech, and they videotaped it. And that moment right there went viral, and it was 50 Cent started his shenanigans, which he canceled the show, which he's been throwing all these signs and statements at Meech talking about he a snitch. Some information came out about a lady named Tammy Calvins, who was somebody who knew Meech back in the day. And Meech ended up doing some kind of deal with her where she was one of the like CEOs or owners of the BMF business, some element of it. And maybe it's just the TV part or the movie part or whatever she was a part of. She was running it. And in her conversations that came out that she was basically a snitch on some other guy's case that knew Meech. So apparently the conversation came out that she was trying to get this other person locked up so that Meech can get a time cut. So that made Meech a snitch if this was really true. But doing research, a lot of people found out that Meech was in prison, and in order the prison he was in and the state he was in order to get time cuts, you have to have what's called points, and these points allow you to even be eligible for a time cut. You eligible for other stuff too by the points you got. So in order to get a time cut, you had to have a certain level of points. And Meech, even though he had did so many years, he still hadn't got those points. So even if he would have signed up for this or told the girl it was cool to do that against somebody, it would have been no benefit for him. He still couldn't get a time cut. It would have been no relevancy to his case because he would have just been doing some shit out of spite or just doing some shit to kill time because there would have been nothing to help him. So that regard right there shows that it would have been nothing for him to benefit. He couldn't get a time cut. So why would he be trying to set somebody up? That would be dumb. It's not going to benefit him at all. So eventually, the case went haywire because the female, Tammy Collins, they claim, was dating the guy who was doing the investigating for the feds, and then he ended up getting fired, and all this stuff came down the pipeline. So the guy who's in prison, he's out saying, "Yo, that dude Meech was a part of this case. I don't care what y'all saying. We seen him. We saw his name a part of it. We sent him certified letters and da 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 da." And this kind of stuff could happen because it's nobody really talking to each other. Nobody really know what happened. If he's in prison and Meech is in prison, that means other people was making moves and making and doing this movement. So they probably wouldn't know what the hell happened because they've been sitting in prison. Me's just been out for less than 6 months, and the guy is still in prison. He got like 28 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's really not no way of knowing how all that stuff played out. But 50 Cent is involved, and now he pissed off. Meech's little son reached out to him and said, "Yo, my father was just taking a picture with Rick Ross. He wasn't really kicking it with him. He was just showing love, and Rick Ross gave him some money to the next season of the BMF show." And 50 Cent responded back, "What next season, little nigga?" And so that's to show that it won't be another season. The show ain't going. 50 Cent's not gonna be a part of it. He's canceling the show because of the disconnect that he had with Meech, and you can see it. So now every day you look on the internet, you got 50 Cent putting out more information about Meech being a snitch. He's so pissed off about Meech, and it's just kind of crazy because you think about it. Meech just did 20 years in prison, like not expecting to get home and get ridiculed by the public. You know what I'm saying? He thought probably to come home to nice love. He got a name in the streets. People know him. People respect him. But the hip hop industry is so different, and then the internet is here. So now, not only are you just going to be famous, but you could be infamous. Like, because people could just turn on you. You know what I'm saying? And just like the P Diddy's or whoever else, the Jay Z, they even claiming Jay Z is a part of some kind of criminal situation with P Diddy. You know, and we didn't see this stuff when we was watching them grow up as artists and we was paying attention to them and rocking with their music. We didn't see none of this stuff that they claiming that is out today about those two guys. So now with Meech being out, you know, it's like, is this like a curse that he has to deal with because of what his lifestyle was before he went to jail? Is this really legitimate shit that maybe some ultimate uh, uh, Illuminati is trying to stop him? You know what I'm saying? And make sure he don't succeed and continue to be successful. So it's like all this stuff coming down against Meech, and the question is why? You know what I'm saying? Because he's been sitting in prison and everybody been anticipating him. You know what I mean? What's going on? The concert got canceled, which was like a big deal. Everybody thought the concert was going to happen. He's been talking about it. Meech's been talking about it. Rick Ross and them been talking about it. But a lot of the artists started pulling out. Lil Baby, 42 Doug. These guys are young. They the new rappers of the day, and they don't have a snitch thing in them. They not rocking with snitches. So I don't know if he actually snitched. I don't know if it's legitimately confirmed. But in reality, those guys don't even want to be even associated with that. You know, even Lil Baby stopped rocking with Gunna because of the idea of him being a snitch. So it's like a lot of that going on right now in the industry and what's going to come of it. You know what I'm saying? With 50 Cent, I don't know if 50 Cent is a good guy for doing that. I think that, you know, if a person is that shady with you or backstabby, you can fade up off of them. But you know, 50 got that vendetta mentality. So it's like if you play on him or you do some backstabbing or something like that, he not just gonna turn the other cheek. He gonna come after you and try to throw you under the bus and smash your brain. And so now you sitting back like I'm sure, you know, Meech's not even really familiar with cell phones. He's not even familiar with all the platforms, and 50 Cent is taking advantage of that. Like, how do I use these cell phones to respond? Like, what do I say back? Can I talk? Then he's under jurisprudence. So that means if he say something, it could probably get him pulled back into some kid's situation with his court cases. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you under the feds at this point when you come home. You know what I mean? They're not gonna let you just go out here and willy nilly or threaten nobody. You know, because then it's supposed to seem like, well, 50 Cent is an artist. He's a basically a TV person, and you a real live federal agent, federal prosecuted gangster. So you can't even respond to them because that's TV, and it's unfortunate that they're doing your name like that. But technically, it's just TV. It's just the internet. It's not real. You know, you not no snitch because again, if you was a snitch for 20 something years, those guys would in a prison would have found out over 20 years. They would have never let that just ride out for 20 years and nobody knew nothing. But as soon as you come home, now all of a sudden all this stuff come out the woodwork. But it wouldn't come out for 20 years. So if you would have stayed in prison, none of this stuff would have came out. So that's why I'm like, it's no legitimacy to it on this surface level. It got to be more confirmed. But for the most part, his name is going to be mud for at least another year, where people is going to look down on Meech and not want to respect him. He don't have the money to fight back. He ain't got no crew of guys supporting him. There's other people who was associated with him when he was younger, and now they claiming he a snitch, like the guy Blue Da Vinci. So it's like it's just no allegiance, and it's that whole, you know, everybody ain't really homies. You know what I'm saying? And everybody just trying to take the next person's position. So that's what it is right now, man. Y'all got to let me know what y'all think, man, about all this craziness, man. We got Meech, we got 50, we got Rick Ross. They're never ending beef. Now Meech is a part of it. Is Meech going to ever have a comeback that's going to be legit? Is he going to be able to have his respect back in the hood? Or is he going to always just be a pariah? Or is he just going to be an old man? He's almost 60 years old now. So why do he even care about the credentiality of what you can get and gain from being in the streets or street cred? So let me know what y'all think, man. I appreciate y'all listening and watching and liking and sharing. Peace.